Thanks to the support of Arbitrum, we are very excited to have $10,000 worth of prizes. This is quite special because a lot of hackathons constrain you quite a bit. It's almost more about it, like you have to do this specific integration or something that they already decided for you. And here, actually, we have the full possibility to explore any idea that we can come up with, as long as it's collaboration tech and uses Arbitrum infrastructure. So this is really a great opportunity to try new ideas, to develop new applications, and we're going to be rewarding as much the technical execution as the creativity and the originality of the ideas. So please bring in, and also if you guys want to discuss with us the ideas beforehand, like apply to join as soon as possible. And then once you're accepted, which we are reviewing applications daily, so it won't really be longer than 24 hours, big maximum 30 hours before we approve you. If you apply on a weekend, give us until Monday. But otherwise, we're approving people really, really quickly. And once you're approved, you're invited to a Discord server where you can come and discuss the ideas with us. And as I will share in a second, we also have really amazing mentors. For the first place, we have $5,000 first prize. For the second place, $3,000, and for the third place, $2,000. So there are nice bounties for what we can do in a hack. Then the key dates here is the official kickoff is on October 1st. So one of the requirements is that you present the bounty, present the submissions in a new repo. So make sure that you don't start coding before October 1st. But from October 1st, you can start coding, you can start submitting PRs, and so on, and you can start developing your ideas. And then the deadline for submissions is on October 23rd. This doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be working full-time hacking from October 1st to October 23rd. What we're doing here is giving you essentially 4 weeks during which you can organize yourself with your team in whichever way is convenient. You can hack on the evenings, you can hack in the mornings, you can hack on the weekends. You can organize yourselves in whichever way works for you. The only important thing is that by midnight of the 23rd of October, and this is midnight anywhere in the world. So before the 24th, then make sure you have submitted on your GitHub repo and submit it to the hackathon. We'll be giving you the instructions to submit later on. But key thing to remember, starting on the 1st and submission before the 23rd. If you haven't applied yet before the 1st, you can still apply for a few more days and make sure to invite your team members. But you of course, you want to start hacking as soon as possible so you can get an early start. Then we are super excited to have a great collection of partners here. We're going to be hearing from a couple of them later on who are also here to give you some tips for participating in the hackathon. So we have Q Blockchain that's bringing security for governance processes in Web3. We have the Peer-to-Peer Foundation, which has one of the largest archives of research about peer-to-peer collaboration. We have DeveloperDAO, that's a great community of developers in Web3. Odyssea, who's bringing innovation in Latin America. RMIT University, which has a really amazing blockchain research center. We have a Nigerian student club who's also joined us. Joke Race, who's also helping us to run the hackathon. They're going to be part of the infrastructure that we're using for voting and essentially deciding on the winners. SheFi community that's helping onboard more women into Web3, and also the How to DAO community that is creating guides and education around how to DAO. And all of them have been helping us to spread the word, to get the message to their own communities and invite more people to join this hackathon. And as well, we are really excited to have what is top class mentors. So we have Denison, the founder of Tally, Evan, the founder of Disto XYZ, Disruption Joe, who's leading decentralization of Pri Protocol, Nader, who's leading ecosystem in Eigenlayers, David Phelps, the founder of Joke Race, Kevin Owoki, the founder of Gitcoin, Evan McMullen, who's a senior engineer at Aragon, Dr. Nick, who's the founder of Factory DAO, Max Sloan, who's leading ecosystem at Everclear, and Rika, who used to be the founder or co-founder of Guild XYZ, and now is the founder of Plug. So these are all veterans of this industry. They've been around for a while. They have a lot of different expertise. And we're going to be having all of them in the first 2 weeks of October doing office hours so you can present your ideas and they can give you feedback. So really take the opportunity to get some of the insights from these amazing people. They're amazing marketeers, great founders. Some of them also really deep technical expertise. So we're super excited to have them on board. And then for the judging, we have selected a good group of people that have very deep expertise in CollabTech as well. So we have Andrea Gallagher, who's the research lead at RnDAO. Andrea is usually shy introducing herself, but she was also one of the key people leading research at Google Suite. We could say that even perhaps Google Suite is, to some degree, her brainchild and her baby. She led research at Asana. Before that, she was in Inuit, the company behind QuickBooks. She was also a research lead at Aragon before joining us in RnDAO and researching deeply about CollabTech and applications for collaboration technology in Web3. So he's someone who's been doing this stuff since Web 1 and he's still one of the most amazing people I met in the space here doing it. We have Earth to Travis, who is the founder of Ether, but he was also leading a lot of the development DAO House, and multiple people have told me that he's one of the best product managers they ever met in the industry. He's also obsessive about technical details, so he's going to be reviewing your code and making a lot of those assessments. Marco Grendel, who's community lead at ZK Inc., but also used to be DAO lead at Polygon, so as well someone who's had a very big overview of the DAO space for a long time. And we have Anna Maria, who used to be the head of investment committee at Outlier Ventures, and now is also sometimes collaborating a little bit with us and with Farstar. So is someone who's seen at least 500 startups go past her desk and has a really good overview of what's happening in this space. So we're super excited to have them on board and be able to give some deep assessments and a lot of perspective on all the submissions that we're getting. Then a few really important points. So the hackathon is online. You can join from anywhere. There is no restrictions geographically for who can participate. Then you can participate part-time. So this is after works and weekends, whatever works for you. Is really the important thing is that you meet the deadline for submission, that as we have seen is the 23rd of October. So as long as you submit by then, it's up to you how you organize it. And then we have the office hours with the different mentors, and those are optional. They're really there for your benefit, but if you cannot make one of them, don't worry, it's not a big problem. We're also supporting you in the hackathon platform, in the chats, and you can ask us questions asynchronously. The mentors might be less available on the platform, but we're still there to support you. Then if you don't have a team, that's also not an issue. Just apply to join the hackathon, and we have a whole database where you can log in your details, and we're going to run speed networkings and other activities to help you find a team, either to bring more people into your team or for you to join a team. All of those possibilities are available there. And another thing is we're really trying to create teams who are all-rounded and can think through the different ideas and hopefully turn some of these projects into successful ventures. So this is not only for developers. We know that it's really important to have designers, researchers, business people, marketeers, and so on. So all kinds of different skills are welcome to join and apply. And we're going to help you find a team, help you find a way to make this a successful experience, to meet others, to have fun, and hopefully to win some nice prizes too. So talking finally a little bit more about collaboration tech. So we see a huge opportunity in collaboration tech because it's really a very fast growing industry. In Web 2, it's usually called B2B SaaS software. As it keeps growing, we think the name B2B SaaS doesn't make a lot of sense. But what's really at the core of it is the ability of people to collaborate together, to organize themselves, to work, and to essentially achieve things that they wouldn't be able to do alone. So this is already a $350 billion market. projected to reach over $1 trillion before the end of the decade. So it's a gigantic opportunity where there can be loads of companies, loads of projects, loads of startups, loads of protocols that help us transform how people work today and make it better. And so some of the key areas that we feel, and we're super excited for the potential that blockchain technology, also combined with AI in many cases, how these different technologies can come together and really disrupt and transform and improve the way people are working across accounting and financial management, across business intelligence and analytics, all kind of applications for contracting, compliance, and risk, tools for people to communicate, to manage documents, to manage knowledge and information, and retrieve decisions that have been passed or retrieve information that the group had, tools for decision making and governance. Of course, this has been already part of Web3 for quite a while, but we think there is still a lot of things and applications that we can develop and experiment here with enterprise resource planning software. So this is a lot of managing inventory, managing manufacturing processes, point of sale systems, so we can actually have businesses that receive crypto, receive payments, and they can then offload it out of their inventory. I think that's like a super exciting area now that stable coins, etc., start to become more mainstream. Of course, we have the whole human resource management or talent software, and how do we reinvent these for DAOs? How do we reinvent these for fluid teams? How do we reinvent these for gig workers and freelancers? And all the part about learning and development of the workforce and contributors, tools for identity and reputation and access control and different ways to manage permissions in an organization. Of course, marketing automation and community continues to be a really important area here. Then we have tools to manage projects, to manage tasks, for teams to collaborate and to automate all kinds of annoying and bureaucratic processes that we don't want to keep on doing. We can automate those and create protocols that make it a lot easier. It's tools to sell, to do customer support, to manage relationships across customers and across organizations as work becomes more fluid. And finally, a lot of tools of blockchain. When big enterprises started to experiment it, there was a lot of talk back in the day around supply chain management, but the infrastructure was too early. And now we actually have really cheap transactions. We have really amazing infrastructure that can even be privacy preserving using orbit chains and other sort of infrastructure that Arbitrum is using. So we're super excited to see what the community can come up with and see if we can revive some of these use cases that before it was too early, and now we finally have great quality infrastructure that we can build on top. So for clarity, just a couple of examples of what collaboration tech is not. So if you're building a stable coin, that's great, but that's really DeFi. That's not what we're understanding by CollabTech. Same thing for financial products like decentralized exchanges, lending, trading. In general, these are more DeFi applications. Same thing if you're doing gaming. That's part of GameFi, etc. Is a different vertical, but you can always try to gamify work. Gamifying work is fine. Gamifying organizations is fine. But if the purpose of what you're doing is pure entertainment and it's not about people collaborating to create something, then in that case, you're talking more about entertainment, gaming, and not about CollabTech. Finally, if, for example, you're creating a protocol so people can plant trees, that's amazing. I really encourage you. However, that's not in the scope of what we're referring to as CollabTech. Same things for like biotech or space tech, etc. Note that farming companies, biotech companies, space tech companies, they all need collaboration tools. The same way that right now we use different streaming platforms and inventory management and accounting software and knowledge management software and tools for decisions and governance. All of these tools are still needed by these different verticals. But the important thing here is kind of where is the focus and what is your end product. If your end product is a tool that allows people to collaborate, then that's great. If your end product is there is a seed planted on the floor or there is a new drug discovered, then you're probably more referring to applications that belong to one of these other verticals. If you have any doubts, come speak with us. Apply to the hackathon, join. we'll accept you very quickly, share your ideas with us, and we can provide you feedback and say, yes, that works, or how about you can structure it a little bit this way or that. We're very happy to brainstorm with you and help you find ways to make these as enjoyable, impactful, and effective experience for all of you who are participating. So without that, well, really invite you to join us. In a second, we're going to be inviting some of the mentors, etc. But if you want to apply, it's very simple. Just go to this link that is collabtech.xyz. You can fill the form. It takes 5 minutes, and you'll shortly be in.
Daniel, thank you for this amazing intro about the hackathon. And yeah, let's hack together. Let's start with Anna. Get ready, mentors, because this is going to be your time to shine.
Yeah, I did a rookie mistake. I started on mute. So hi, everyone. I'm Anna. Nice to meet you all. So I've been in crypto for a long time. It's been almost like 8 years now. Most of my time has been like across venture and accelerators. I was a head of investment in Outlier Ventures. So I was on the team that set up the very first accelerator program, and we scaled it all the way to like running, I think it was something like 10 to 12 programs a year. So it was 10 to 12 corporates a year, actually. So it was quite an experience. I've also spent some time in venture with Elixir Capital, and also most recently I'm co-leading on the Arbitrum venture initiative that we're developing at Farstar. So
and thank you for being a mentor for this hackathon. It's going to be awesome to have you. And yeah, we also are going to introduce you to Andrea.
So like Daniel did a slightly overflattering background on what I've been doing. I've worked in Web 1 and Web 2 software product design for a long time. Got very interested in the problems of collaboration and teamwork. What I'm going to be looking for in the submissions is a really clear statement and understanding of the problem that you're trying to solve. And I'm more excited about those problems that are not just one person's problems, but problems that teams have. So we're super interested in that. As you're working on your project and your submission, make sure you're sort of as clear and crisp, and happy to have folks talk to the mentors about framing those problems.
Great, that is great to know, and I hope the hackers take note of that. And now we are, yeah, thank you, Andrea. And I'm bringing now Nick.
Hey everyone, my name's Nick. I've been interested in CollabTech for a very long time. I was a learning theorist for quite a few years, particularly interested in kind of collaboration at an institutional scale. So I wrote a few sort of tips for you. I think what you're looking for is to follow the pain. You'll see people moaning. That's a really good place for you to start looking at where to fix problems. Look for inefficiency. So what's taking too long, what costs more than it should, and think about engagement. One of the big problems in collaboration is how you get more people actively involved in things. So how do you boost engagement? I'm a big fan of messy collaboration. That's why I'm into DAOs. So collaboration innovation comes through kind of unlikely people and parties mixing ideas and coming up with new things together. Think bottom up. So think about ways that you can bring up bottom up organization, and everything just think about the future and what's being disrupted. Everything that's being disrupted is being disrupted. So if anything that looks like the future is a good place to start. And finally, try and make CollabTech cypherpunk. So if you can make things private, and if you can support anons collaborating, I think that would be very cool. Thanks very much.
Woohoo! Yeah, I'm very excited. Thank you very much, Nick. Great that you're bringing amazing knowledge and insights for the community that is going to participate in the hackathon. So yeah, thank you for joining us. And we also have Max. Hey, Max.
Hey, everyone. How's it going? Quick introduction, and then a couple of tips from my side as well. So my name is Max. I am the ecosystem lead for Everclear, a bridging protocol that has almost 1 billion in TVL. I'm also one of the top 20 delegates at the Arbitrum DAO. And in previous lives, I founded company, worked for General Motors, but that's another story. A couple of tips from my side. I want to echo Nick that spoke before me. The projects with most potential in the CollabTech area are able to solve a very specific problem. Right? They might have this fantastic and futuristic vision, but in reality, they do one thing and they do really well, which is solve a clear problem the customer feels today and have urgency to remove. So if you're able to do that, you have a business basically. And how do you do that in Web3? Well, it's very simple. You can talk to company, you talk first to users, so you can follow the processes, follow the challenges, and you can find a way to unlock the specific value. I think Web3 companies are a great place to start because they're very open compared to other industry. They are normally small and lean, and they are willing to experiment. So if you come with something new, with a new solution, it's very easy to at least try it in the pilot and then move on from there on. And so this is the recommendation. Find the pain point and then build a funky solution.
Awesome, thank you, Max. I love these like recommendation sessions slash tips for the community. Thank you. So thank you very much. That was very valuable, Max. Thank you. And yeah, we also have another mentor that is E2T. Let's bring them on stage.
Yeah.
Howdy, y'all. Thanks for having me. I am Earth to Travis, E2T, core contributor at DAO House and founder of Yeeter. Prior to crypto, I built apps for Nike and innovation programs for big banks. This summer, my team won the trading track of the Coinbase Build-a-thon. And collaboration is key, but you really have to understand what you're coordinating for. And that is to gain empathy for your users, to experiment and test your assumptions, and to gather evidence, to turn your ideas into a story of the journey your team went through and the problems that you're solving.
Nice, thank you. That was very wise. Love it. I know. Thank you, and great to have you as a mentor here in the hackathon. So now we have Jordan as well.
Hi guys, I'm Jordan.
Hey.
Lead engineer at Aragon. So can you guys?
Yeah, of course. We are excited to hear your advice for the community that is going to participate in the hackathon.
Yep, I've been an engineer for about 10 years. I've been in crypto for about 5. And I've worked in B2B startups that deprecated B2B SaaS that Daniel was speaking about. Built stuff on Arbitrum, all sorts of the crypto ecosystem. I think having done a lot of things, had a few successes and a lot of things that haven't worked across crypto and not crypto. And with all the stuff that we do at Aragon, we see a lot of these different like DAOs and businesses coming over. And I think from like a technical point of view, I think you guys are totally right. Like Arbitrum is just a great place to start building these things because a lot of limitations really are coming off. Like it's getting easier and easier to use tools like abstraction, cheap transactions. Some of the new stuff with Stylus is really, really interesting. And I think, yeah, my recommendation is to think we are in Web3, so rethink a few things. The best teams I've seen have kind of lent into what we have a little bit rather than just trying to rebuild the structures that have worked in Web2 on chain, and just try to think like, what are the unique strengths of the environment that you're working in? And I think people who lean into that, but not lose sight of that vision of like, what problem you're trying to solve and not get lost in, the flywheel, we can give that a euphemistic name that we sometimes have in crypto. The teams are going to really succeed here. So yeah, think of a really big, audacious problem, but also think of like, is there a creative way you can approach that given what we have in this industry? And yeah, don't be afraid to reach out if you have questions about tech or smart contracts or anything in particular. Happy to help.
Great, thank you, Jordan. Super excited to have you too here. And yeah, thank you for joining us today as well. And Sylvia is here as well. Let's bring Sylvia on stage. Thank you, Jordan. Hey, Sylvia.
Hello. Well, I was not expecting to talk.
Oh, no worries, it's fine. So you can say something nice for the hackers and say that you're excited to see them hacking.
Well, from my experience in hackathons, not in Web3, I can also say that usually what works is to divide roles, so assign roles and know how to work with pressure, and also understand how each of the personalities work together, and maybe try to decide or to signal when someone is going under too much stress or under too much pressure, so that they can ask for help, because as it was mentioned before, it's really important to have a strong collaboration, because you have to keep your goal on track. So I think that's really, really useful, because you want to complete your project and you want to show that you have been not just growing your idea, but also as a team and personally. So I think that's also useful. And even if you fail, just also show, if you don't complete your idea or the product that you want to build, you can also show the effort, and that's even that's more appreciated, so sometimes more than other things. So yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. And to be honest, like hackathons are a great way for people to learn more by doing. Like you learn more about the technology in general. So and even like other projects technology. So it's super super cool. So yeah, thank you very much, Sylvia, for joining us
You're welcome.
and your great advice. So now we have also Nader. Nader is one of the mentors too. Hey Nader, happy to have you
Hey,
here.
I was munching on my protein bar when I brought on. Thank you for bringing me up. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just echo what she just mentioned. A lot of the advice she gave is just really good. And I think one thing that I've learned in this space is that you can like reach out to people that are experts or people that just have so much knowledge about very like specific things that you might run into that are kind of blocking you. And some of these people are like, super like high up in their field, but they're also very kind and will often go out of their way to kind of help you and answer questions. So I would just say consider that as kind of like a technique that you can consider leveraging as you kind of grow your career and as you build in these events like this. So, for instance, like if you're using Ethers.js, or if you're using some library and you have a problem and you just can't figure it out, like just reach out to the maintainer or things like that, and it might just surprise you that how helpful a lot of these people are. So that's one piece of advice I'll give. And the other piece of advice is like there are no dumb questions. So like no matter how dumb the question you think is, it's actually not that dumb, because there's so much knowledge that people kind of don't have, and the only way that you can kind of learn is just by realizing that everyone is kind of like starting from somewhere. And one of the things that I've done that's helped me a lot is just ask questions, and I don't really care if it's dumb or not or whatever. 99% of the time no one like cares, right? It just is something that someone can help you with, and don't be embarrassed or afraid to ask dumb questions.
Yeah, I totally agree. And like, ask all the questions you have. There's no dumb question, as Nader say. And yeah, at the end, it's about learning. So the more questions you ask, the more you learn. So yeah, this is a great opportunity for you all. So yeah, thank you, Nader, for also joining as a mentor for this hackathon. We're super excited for sure. And yeah, so now Daniel, should we bring as well more about to the Nemo team?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's bring them up. So we're also excited. Nemo is one of our key partners in this hackathon from the Q blockchain protocol. Nemo, over to you.
Hi everyone. So I'm, as mentioned, Nemo from Q Protocol. Q is a governance framework, and we're very happy to partner with this hackathon. I think I've been I'm leading the ecosystem team here for a couple of years now, coming before from the B2B space. And what we see often in hackathons, the most exciting teams are the more diverse ones. So I'm just kind of echoing some stuff that people said before, because you can really get the chance to test ideas that you might have not been comfortable testing before, because now all of a sudden you have a team that is completely different people with different backgrounds, and do things that you might not have been able to do in such a short period of time. For example, both build code and do user research or interview some people. So yeah, that's my 2 cents here.
Amazing, thank you.
Thank you, Nemo, and yeah, thank you for supporting from Q. It's super cool to have you for sure. And yeah, well, I believe we are done with the presentation, and as well with some advices from our mentors and judges, and also partners. So yeah, wondering, Daniel, if you would like to share something else with the community today, or yeah, as well we can finish with like let's hack together on
Yeah,
October 1st.
I think let's hack. Apply as soon as you can. We're really excited to see you. If you have any questions, you can go to the RnDAO Twitter account or RnDAO.io website as well and ask us any questions through the CollabTech XYZ. You can also find the link. So just go to CollabTech.xyz, click around. If you need any help with the application, any questions about your ideas, if you need help finding teams, we're here to support you, make these a great experience for the community. Let's hack.
Woohoo, yeah, let's go. Awesome. Yeah, well, thank you very much, Daniel. It was a great presentation. And yeah, see you all hacking in the CollabTech Hackathon very soon, in 1 week. So yeah, let's get ready. Thank you very much, all. Happy hacking.